from here we'll start with a question solving. So let's solve a question. The value of Planck's constant in SI unit is. So let's try option elimination. Okay. Suppose I don't know what is Planck's constant. Just now I have said that Planck's constant is equals to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34. See, 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34. So I know this is the correct option. But suppose in the examination hall, I have full faith in you that you are not going to study and appear in the examination hall. Okay. Therefore, let's apply some trickery. So in SI unit, are all these 4 units given in SI unit? Yes, joule second is an SI unit. kg meter per second, standard international unit. kg per meter square is SI unit, and joule second is SI unit. Now let's look at this number. All 4 numbers are same. All 4 exponents are different. Out here, option A and option D has similar kinds of units. That means by trickery, the answer is hidden between option A and option D. So whenever, see, don't take this as a life, motivation kind of thing. Don't take this as a life trick or some kind of thing. But sometimes if you are desperate, you can just see if you have eliminated 2 options and you are desperate for the marks. You don't care if you get negative or not. Okay, apply this technique for 2 portion. Okay, just tick mark whatever you feel like. Okay, that is after you haven't studied the dimensions, haven't studied, then you are desperate for marks and you haven't scored in the remaining questions as well. Then you apply this trick. Okay, so let's write down a trick for difficult questions. And don't tell anyone you learned this from me. Okay. For difficult questions, whenever there is an option or one or more similar, whenever there is an option for similar values, I am saying this softly because I don't want you to memorize this as well as the other things that I am teaching you. Similar values, the probability of answer within those 2 options, within those 2 option is greater. That means whenever you have 2 similar kind of options, that means your correct option is one of those 2. Okay. So let's do one more question. In a particular system, the unit of length, mass and time are chosen to be 10 centimeter, 10 gram and 0.1 second respectively. The unit of force in this system will be equivalent to. Okay, what is this question asking? The question asking is, find out the unit of force when I know that you know the formula for force, and instead of using kg, meter or second, use 10 centimeter, 10 gram and 0.1 second as your SI units. So how do you solve these types of question? For solving this type of question, whenever there is any question of unit and dimension, straight out blindfolded write down the formula. So force is equals to mass into acceleration. Always, any questions of unit and dimension, first write down the formula. Then whatever will be done, we'll later see what happens. Okay. So the SI unit of force in newtons is 10 centimeter. So we have to convert, mass is 10 grams. We have to convert this 10 grams to kg because you have to represent these units in SI units, or 10 grams divided by 1000 kg into acceleration on meter divided by time, or meter. The SI unit of meter is 10 centimeter. You have to convert 10 centimeter to meter, or 10 divided by 100 meter, and you have to divide it by time. Time is 0.1 second. Okay, this gives us answer of time meter square. I almost forgot. Acceleration is meter per second square, so 0.1 square. Okay, so this gives us an option of 100 divided by 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power, how much is 10 to the power 2, which is given as 1 by 10, 0.1 Newton. Okay, so let's solve the another question. Now this question, if force is equals to F, acceleration is equals to A, and time is equals to T, are chosen as fundamental physical quantities, the dimension of energy are. Okay, this question I want to treat is as theories. Okay, this question is a theory of its own. Many such similar questions will come where you have to solve the same method. In higher physics, the method I am applying in this problem is called Rayleigh method. In your NEET curriculum, the method is given, but the nomenclature of the method is not given, or the naming of the method is not given. So I am trying you to teach this method, okay, and remember this method. This will come in your questions. So the question is, if force, acceleration and time are chosen as fundamental physical quantities, find the dimension of energy. How do we solve this kind of question? So let's write down the blindfolded. Whenever we find questions regarding units and dimension, first one is write down the formula. Energy is the dimension of work is equals to force into displacement. Okay, force into displacement. Now force, so we have energy done. Now you have to find out force. Force is equals to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. Okay, force done. Now acceleration. Okay, acceleration is equals to velocity by time, or we know that velocity by time is equals to meter per second. Okay, we can directly write this all. Okay, but still I derived it. So now let's derive the basic fundamental units and dimension. Energy. We already derived energy, but still I am deriving once again. The basic unit of force is kg meter square per second square into, okay, or is equals to m L square T minus 2. Read the basic E of energy, basic units and dimension of energy. I did it in few slides before. Okay, force is given as kg meter per second square, or m L T minus 2. Okay, and acceleration is given as meter per second square, or is equals to L T minus 2. Okay. Now from here pay specific attention, because from here we'll be starting to solve this question in a unique way, and you have to learn that method. So what do we do? Now let's write down what is given in the question. The question says, let's see the question again. The force F, A and T are chosen as fundamental quantities. Find the dimension of energy. That means we have to write energy in terms of force, acceleration and time. So let's write it down. Energy is equals to force to the power x into acceleration to the power y. Acceleration to the power y into time to the power z. Time to the power z. This was force, time and acceleration. Okay. Now in the question we have to do nothing but find x, y and z. In this question we have to find out x, y and z. Always whenever they have given you any such question, okay, first write down what is they have asked and write down the parameters: force, acceleration and time raised to the power x, y and z. Always multiply them. Okay, always multiply them. So now you have to solve for x, y and z. We have to solve for x, y and z. Now substitute the dimension in the respective formula. What do I mean? The dimension of energy is substituted out here. Okay? The dimension of energy is substituted out here. The dimension of force is substituted out here. The dimension of acceleration is substituted out here. And the dimension of time is substituted out here. So substitute the dimension in their respective zones. Substitute the dimensions in their respective zones. T to the power minus 2, okay, to the power 1 is equals to dimension of force is m l t to the power minus 2 to the power x. Acceleration is l t to the power minus 2 to the power y, and time is t to the power z. Okay, this is our dimensional equation. Now we have to solve. How do we solve this x, y and z? We have to solve individually for m, l and t. How? I'll show you. See, to find out x, y and z, we have to solve individually for m, l and t. Okay, how? So let's copy this equation again. I'm copying this equation again. Oh, much quicker to write it again instead of copy paste. But you know, we are a creature of habit. So let's write down this equation again. So for m, how do we solve this equation for x, y and z? For m, see this m section, m square. How is it m square? Energy is equals to not m square. I made an error out here. Okay, energy is equals to m l square t to the power minus 2. Okay, just omit this one. Okay, for m to the power 1 is equals to m to the power x into nothing. So m to the power 1 is equals to m to the power x, or 1 is equals to x. Now for L to the power 2, see out here, L to the power 2 is equals to L to the power x into L to the power y. Okay, L to the power 2 is equals to L to the power x into L to the power y, or L to the power 2, L to the power x into L to the power y can be written as L to the power x plus y, or 2 is equals to x plus y. Okay. Now for t, for t. See, I won't be repeating this step again. I won't be repeating L square is equals to U, but in the subsequent problem. So understand this in this problem only. T to the power minus 2 is equals to T to the power minus 2x. T to the power minus 2x, because root to the power something to the power something, we multiply the powers, into T to the power minus 2y into T to the power z, or minus T to the power minus 2 is equals to T to the power minus 2x minus 2y plus z. Okay, or minus 2 is equals to minus 2x minus 2y minus 2y plus z. Okay, this is our three equation. Equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3. Okay. Now from equation number 1, we already know that x equals to 1. If I substitute x equals to 1 in this equation or equation number 2, see 2 is equals to x plus y, and we already know x equals to 1. So 2 is equals to 1 plus y, or can we write y is equals to, or 2 is equals to 1 plus y, or y is equals to 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. So out here we know that, see now equation number 3. From equation 1 we know that x equals to 1. From equation 2 we know that y is equals to 1. So substituting all those, we get minus 2 is equals to minus 2 into 1 is minus 2 plus z, or z equals to 2, or z equals to 2. Okay. So from t, z equals to 2. So therefore we have obtained three values. Our three values are x equals to 1, or x equals to 1, y is equals to 1, and z equals to 2. Now we proceed to the next slide. See the option. Okay. Therefore, x equals to 1, y is equals to 1, and z equals to 2. Therefore, energy, what is the formula for energy given? Force to the power x, or force to the power 1, into acceleration to the power y, or acceleration to the power 1, into time to the power z, or time to the power 2, or fa t square, or is equals to fa t square. Our correct option is therefore option number B. Okay, option B is our correct option. Okay. Acha. So after this, let's start with a new question. So the new question is the physical quantity of dimensions of length that can be formed out of c, g and e square by 4 pi epsilon naught is, where c is the velocity of light, g is the universal constant of gravitation, and e is the charge. Okay, so what this question is basically asking is, find length such that c to the power x, g to the power y and e square by 4 pi epsilon naught to the power z gets satisfied. That means L is equals to c to the power x, g to the power y and e square by 4 pi epsilon naught to the power z. Find the value of x, y and z. So first we will deal with this term, e square by 4 pi epsilon naught. So where have we seen this term? We have seen this term in Coulomb's law, or Coulomb's law. What do we know about Coulomb's law? Coulomb's law, we know that force is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q2. Q1, Q2 are the two charges separated by distance r. Now suppose those two charges are electrons or charge of electrons. Then Q1, Q2 becomes E and D. Therefore becomes E square by R square. Okay. Now the third formula, G. We can find G in gravitational chapter. Or force between two gravitational bodies is equals to G m1 m2 by R square. Or we can take R square m1 and m2 to the left hand side, or F R square by m1 m2 m1 m2 is equals to G. Okay, just remember this. Okay, and point number 4, the last term is c. C is nothing but the speed of light, where c is the velocity of light, is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, or L T minus 1. Okay, so let's start with Coulomb's law again. Let's start with Coulomb's law again. In Coulomb's law, F was equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught E square by R square. Now if you take the R square to the left hand side, or F R square is equals to E square by 4 pi epsilon naught. See, this E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is the same thing as this E square by 4 pi epsilon naught. Therefore, the dimension of the units and dimension of E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is as same as the units and dimension of force into R square. So, what is the dimension of force or unit of force? kg meter per second square. The unit of R square is meter square, is the unit of E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, or kg meter cube by second square is equals to E square by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay. Now for the third part, gravitation, we already derived F R square by m1 m2 is equals to G. So the units and dimension of force is kg meter per second square F R square. See the formula for gravitation, F R square by m1 and m2. Okay, or force is equals to kg meter per second square into R square. R square is meter square by m1 is also kg and m2 is also kg, or kg square. Now this kg and this kg gets cancelled. Okay, is equals to our unit of gravitational constant. Okay, therefore meter cube by second square kg, meter cube by second square kg is equals to the unit of gravitational constant. Okay, and the unit of velocity is meter per second. Okay, from here, okay, let's proceed to the next slide. Okay, E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is equals to kg meter cube by second square. So let's write down 2 again. E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is equals to kg meter cube by second square. Kg meter cube by second square, or the dimension can be written as E square by 4 pi epsilon naught is equals to, what is the dimension of kg? Mass. Meter cube becomes length cube. Seconds become t to the power minus 2. Similarly, let us see g. G becomes meter cube by second square kg. Meter cube or g is equals to meter cube by second square kg, or g is equals to kg, that means mass to the power minus 1, length to the power cube, and time to the power minus 2. Okay, now we apply the formula in Rayleigh method. So this g e square by 4 pi epsilon naught and c has to form the dimension of L. So L is equals to, what is the dimension of c? C to the power x, or dimension of c is LT minus 1. LT minus 1 to the power x. I am simply copying this formula, or the first number, c number 1, L is equals to c to the power x, g to the power y, and e square by 4 pi epsilon naught to the power z. I am simply writing that thing again. Okay, c to the power x, g to the power y, g is m to the power minus 1, L cube, t minus 2, y, and z is e square by 4 pi epsilon naught to the power z. Okay, now this L can be written also as m to the power 0, t to the power 0. Okay, so solving for m, on the left hand side 0 is equals to, on the right hand side minus y. Okay, I should have substituted the dimension of e square by 4 pi epsilon naught by this unit, or m L cube t to the power minus 2. Okay, I am substituting this dimension by m L cube t to the power minus 2. Okay, so again I made, so on the left hand side for m, okay, m is equals to minus y plus z. Okay, minus y plus z. For L, L is equals to 1 is equals to x plus 3y plus 3z. Okay, and now for t is equals to 0 is equals to minus x minus 2y minus 2z, or for t is equals to 0 is equals to minus x minus 2y minus 2z. This is our equation. Okay, this is our equation. Now let's solve the equation. From m we obtain 0 or y is equals to z. We shift the y to the left hand side. Okay, now substituting y is equals to z in equation 2 and 3. Let's substitute y is equals to z in equation. For L, let's substitute y is equals to z in this equation and this equation. Okay, so substituting y is equals to z in this equation, or for L equation, we get 1 is equals to x plus 3y plus 3y, and for t we get 0 is equals to x minus 2y minus 2y, because y is equals to z from equation of m. Okay, so let's rewrite this equation again. 1 is equals to x plus 6y, and for t 0 is equals to minus x minus 4y. Okay, now how to solve this simultaneous equation? We can simply add these two things. If we simply add these two things, we'll get the simultaneous equation. So I'm proceeding on to the next slide. 1 is equals to x plus 6y, our first equation. 1 is equals to x plus 6y. This is our first equation. And let's see our second equation. Our second equation is equals to 0 is equals to minus x minus 4y, or 0 is equals to minus x minus 4y. See? 0 is equals to minus x minus 4y. So let's solve it. By solving it, 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. Minus x plus x gets cancelled. 6 minus 4 is equals to 2y, or y is equals to 1 by 2. Now from m we know that y is equals to z. Therefore, z is also equals to 1 by 2. Okay, y is equals to 1 by 2 and z equals to 1 by 2. Now you can substitute y in any one of these two equations and you can get the value of x. Suppose I substitute the value of y. In this first equation. Okay, so what do we get? If I substitute the value of y in this first equation, I get 1 plus 6 into value of y is 1 by 2, or 6 into 1 by 2 is 3, or x equals to minus 2. X equals to minus 2. Okay, so our equation becomes L is equals to c to the power x, or c to the power minus 2, g to the power half, and e square by 4 pi epsilon naught, to the power half. This becomes our equation. Okay, or this can be rewritten as L is equals to c can be written c square. Okay, and we can multiply this g and this term because both contain the same power, or is equals to g e square by 4 pi epsilon naught to the power 1 by 2. Okay, this is our answer. Now let's look at the options. Our correct option is option number A. Now one more thing. In examination hall, you might not find so much time to do all this method. Okay, so there is a shortcut we apply for this kind of problems, that is option checking, or we check the option for the correct formula, or trick is option checking. Okay, so option checking might be a quicker method, but it also produces more silly mistakes or more errors. Okay, so apply methodology as much as possible. Okay, and there are tricks for, but as you get habituated with practice, then you can start applying tricks. Don't apply tricks on the first go. Okay, so let's check option number A. Option number A is 1 by c square g e square by 4 pi epsilon naught. So let's check this option. Checking option number A. Okay, 1 by c square, or 1 by meter per second square, into g. The initial dimensional formula of g was, we just now derived. We derived the initial dimension of g. G was meter cube by second square kg, or g was meter cube by second square kg. Meter cube by second square kg to the power half. sorry, into E square by 4 pi epsilon naught, and that was F r square. E square by 4 pi epsilon naught was nothing but kg meter cube by second square, or is equals to kg meter cube by second square raised to the power 1 by 2. Okay, see, this kg and this kg gets cut, or we are left with second square by meter square is equals to meter to the power 6 by seconds to the power 4 to the power 1 by 2. So m to the power 6 to the power 1 by 2, we multiply the powers, or m cube by s to the power 4. Let's cut it. H square and m. Okay. Acha, I found a little bit of error. S to the power 4 square root is a square. So therefore, a square and a square gets cut. See, even I performed silly mistakes. So apply methodology as much as possible. After that, go to, if you have enough practice, go to simply option checking. Okay. So option number A is the correct answer. Okay. Let's solve another question. Let's see another question. If energy E, velocity V, and time t are chosen as fundamental quantities, the dimensional formula of surface tension would be. So this thing is again asking for the same method, or Rayleigh method. So where do we remember surface tension? We remember surface tension in fluid mechanics. So in fluid mechanics, force was given as surface tension into L. Okay. Now kg meter per second square, that is the unit of force, is equals to sigma, or surface tension coefficient, into meter. This meter and this meter gets cancelled, or kg per second square is equals to sigma, or kg is for mass and second square is for t to the power minus 2 is equals to sigma. Okay, this is the dimension of surface tension. Okay, for velocity we already know that velocity is equals to meter per second, or is equals to L t to the power minus 1, and time is t. Time is t. And energy is nothing but, the unit and dimension of energy is nothing but the unit and dimension of work, and unit and dimension of work is force into displacement, or force is kg meter per second square into meter, or is equals to kg meter square per second square, meter square per second square. Or the dimension of energy can be given as m L square t to the power minus 2. Okay, so we have derived all the basics or fundamental dimension. Now to apply Rayleigh method, they have asked the dimensional formula for surface tension in terms of energy, velocity and t. So let surface tension sigma is equals to energy to the power x, velocity to the power y, and time to the power z. We have to find out the value of x, y and z. So let's substitute the dimension. We'll do it in next page. Okay. The dimension of surface tension was kg. Dimension of surface tension was kg per second square, or mt minus 2. mt minus 2. This was surface tension. Okay. Now the value of energy was, or the dimension of energy was, m L square t minus 2. m L square t minus 2 to the power x. Okay, m v to the power y, that means lt minus 1 to the power y and t to the power z or t to the power z. So applying Rayleigh method, we get on the left hand side for m 1 is equals to x plus nothing 0 plus 0. So you already get x equals to 1. For L, 0 on the left hand side is equals to 2x plus 2y plus there is no term in z. For t, minus 2 is equals to minus 2x minus y and plus z. Okay. We already know x equals to 1, so we can substitute x equals to 1 out here. X equals to 1 and out here x equals to 1. So 0 is equals to 2 into 1 plus y. Okay, or y is equals to minus 2. Now we substitute this y is equals to minus 2 out here, or minus 2 is equals to minus 2 into 1 minus of minus 2 plus z, or minus 2 is equals to minus 2 plus 2, because minus into minus becomes plus z, or z is equals to minus 2, or z is equals to minus 2. So we got x equals to 1, y is equals to minus 2 and z equals to minus 2. Okay, now let's write this back in the formula. Sigma is equals to, what was m L square t to the power minus 2? M L square t to the power minus 2 was nothing but energy, or energy to the power x, which is equals to 1. Y was nothing but velocity to the power minus 2 and time to the power minus 2. Therefore our answer should coincide with energy by velocity square time square. Our answer should coincide with energy by velocity square time square. So let's look at the option energy by velocity square time square. So option number C is correct. Okay, so let's look at another question. Let's look at the next question. If dimension of critical velocity of a liquid flowing through a tube are expressed as n to the power x, rho to the power y and r to the power z, where n, rho and r are the coefficient of viscosity of liquid, density of liquid and radius of the tube respectively, then the value of x, y and z are given by. Okay, this question you have to make something called note. You have to know a formula to understand this question. Okay, the concept is Reynolds number. This will be taught in fluid mechanics. Reynolds number is a dimensionless quantity. Therefore, the formula for Reynolds number is given by rho, or density, into velocity into r. R is the distance, by n, or dynamic viscosity. So in order for the Reynolds number to be dimensionless, the dimension of rho, v and r should be same as the dimension of n. In order for the dimension of Reynolds number to be dimensionless, the dimension of rho, v and r, rho into v into r, is same as the unit and dimension of n, or dynamic viscosity. Therefore, units and dimension of n can be written as rho v r, or is equals to kg. What is density? Density is kg per meter cube into velocity is meter per second into r is meter, or is equals to kg by meter second. Kg by meter second. Okay, this is the dimension of dynamic viscosity. Okay, this is the dimension of dynamic viscosity, or m L to the power minus 1 T to the power minus 1. So let's write the remaining variables. We find out n. Okay, now let's find out what else is given. Rho. Rho is nothing but density. Or density is kg by meter cube, or m L to the power minus 3. Similarly, r. R is nothing but meter, or is equals to length. Okay, now let's write on the Rayleigh E. So dimension of critical velocity of a liquid is expressed in n to the power x, rho to the power y, and r to the power z. So we also know that velocity, or whatever critical velocity, the dimension of critical velocity is same as dimension of velocity, or is equals to meter per second, or is equals to LT minus 1. Okay, so the question is given critical velocity is equals to critical velocity is equals to n to the power x, n to the power x, rho to the power y, and r to the power z. This is the question given. We know that velocity is given by L T minus 1. N we just derived just now. The dimension of n was m L minus 1 T minus 1. The dimension of n was m L minus 1 T minus 1, or m L minus 1 T minus 1 to the power x into rho to the power y. Rho was density, or m L minus 3. This is rho to the power y, and r is nothing but L to the power z. Now let's solve for m. For m, on the left hand side, 0 is equals to x plus y. Okay, for L, 1 is equals to minus x minus 3y plus z, and for z, or for time t, for time t, minus 1 is equals to minus x, and there is no other term, or x equals to 1 from this equation. So if we substitute this x equals to 1 in L, suppose substitute x equals to 1 out here and out here, what do we get? If we substitute x equals to 1, we get y is equals to minus 1 from here, or from this equation we get y is equals to minus 1. If 0 is equals to 1 plus y, y is equals to minus 1. And we now substitute this y is equals to minus 1 in the second equation, or y is equals to minus 1. So let's solve. 1 is equals to minus 1, minus 3 into minus 1 plus z, or 1 is equals to minus 1 plus 3 plus z, or z is equals to 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 goes on the left hand side to become minus 1, and z is equals to minus 1. Okay, now therefore we found out x equals to 1, therefore x equals to 1 from t, y is equals to minus 1 from m, and z is equals to minus 1 from L. So let's substitute in the formula. Vc is equals to n to the power x, which is 1, rho to the power y, which is minus 1, and r to the power z, which is minus 1. So our correct option is 1, minus 1 and minus 1. 1, minus 1 and minus 1. So our correct option is option number A. Okay. Our correct option is option number A. Now let's look at another question. Let's see this question. If force F, velocity v, and time t are taken as fundamental units, then the dimension of mass are. This question directly gave us to find out, solve using Rilling method. The dimension of force is m L t minus 2. The dimension of force is ml t minus 2 or kg meter per second. The dimension of velocity is L t minus 1, and the dimension of time becomes t. Okay? Dimension of time is t. So they are asking dimension of mass in terms of force, or mlt minus 2 to the power x, then into velocity, or lt minus 1 to the power y, into time, or time to the power z. So let's solve it for m. Let's solve for m. On the left hand side we have 1, on the right hand side we have x. Okay. For L on the left hand side we have 0, on the right hand side we have x plus y, okay. And for t on the left hand side we have 0, on the right hand side we have minus 2x minus y plus z is equals to 0. Now from the first equation they already gave us x equals to 1, so we can substitute s equals to 1 out here, or y will get minus 1. Now if we substitute x equals to 1 and y is equals to minus 1, then let's do it in the second page. 0 is equals to minus 2x minus y plus z. X was substituted by 1, y was substituted by minus 1, and find out the value of z. So 0 is equals to minus 2 minus of minus 1 plus z, or z is equals to 1, or z is equals to 1. Therefore our x equals to 1, y is equals to minus 1, and z is equals to 1. So mass is equals to force to the power 1 into velocity to the power minus 1 into time to the power 1. Time to the power 1. Okay. So our correct option is option number F, V, option number D. F v to the power minus 1 t. F v to the power minus 1 t. Our correct option is option number D. Okay. So let's solve another question. Our mass is equals to, the answer is given in this form only. Okay. You don't need to simplify it further. Let's read the next question. If E and G denote energy and gravitational constant, then E by G has a dimension of. Okay. So in multiplication and division, the units and dimension gets multiplied and divided. So E is energy. We know the dimension of energy. The dimension of energy is nothing but m L square T minus 2. Okay, the dimension of energy is m L square T minus 2. Now for gravitational constant, we don't remember much of gravitational constant, so we derive it. Force is equals to G m square by r square. Okay, force is equals to G m square by r square. Okay, force is equals to G m square by r square. Now, or G is equals to F r square by m square is equals to G, or force has a units of kg meter per second square, r square has a unit of meter square by meter square. So this meter square, m has a unit of kg square, not meter square. Okay, m is mass, kg square, okay, is equals to G. So our units and dimension becomes kg, this kg and this square gets cancelled. Okay. Our units and dimension becomes meter cube by second square kg. Okay, meter cube by second square kg is equals to G. Or the dimensions can be written as, or the dimension of G can be written as m to the power minus 1. I'm writing it out here. I'm writing it out here on the left hand side. Or I'm writing out the dimension of G. m to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 3 and T to the power minus 2. This is the dimension of gravitational constant. So the answer, the question is us find out the dimension of E by G. Therefore, E by G would be dimension of energy m L square T to the power minus 2 divided by m to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 3 and T to the power minus 2. Okay. L to the power 3 plus 3. This is not minus 3. See out here, meter cube. Meter cube. Okay. So, the dimension of E by G, T to the power minus 2 and T to the power minus 2 gets cancelled. M to the power minus 1 goes up and forms m to the power 1 plus m to the power 1 or m to the power 2. And L to the power 3 goes up to form L to the power minus 3. So L to the power 2 minus 3 is equals to L to the power minus 1. Okay, and T to the power 0 is equals to E by G. Now let's match the option m square L to the power minus 1 T to the power 0. So our correct option is option number A. Okay, this came in NEET 2021. Now let's look at this next question. The dimension of stress and strain are from chapters solid mechanics, or not mechanics, strength of materials. Okay, so the formula that we know is stress is equals to force by area. Stress and pressure has the same units and dimension. Stress, pressure, Young's modulus. Okay, then every modulus all have, and stress have same units and dimensions. Okay, stress, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, rigidity modulus, whatever modulus you hear. Okay, and stress both have same units and dimension. So stress is equals to, what is the unit of force? Kg meter per second square. The unit of area is meter square. Okay, meter and meter square gets cancelled, or stress is equals to kg meter per second square, or is equals to m l t to the power minus 2, or m l t to the power minus 2. This is option number D. Okay. Now, so write down a note. Write down a note. Note number 1. Stress, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, rigidity modulus, or any other stress naming, shear stress, okay, tangential stress, or any other stress, shear stress all have the same dimension. All have the same dimension. And point number 2. Point number 2 is strain, or any kind of strain, volumetric strain, lateral strain, or lateral strain, or volumetric strain. This will be taught in mechanics. Sorry, strength of materials, not mechanics. Volumetric strain. All are dimensionless. All are dimensionless. Okay. Make this 2 note. Okay. Now let's look at the new question. Now the dimension of permeability of free space into permittivity of free space to the power 1/2. So this is directly from notes. This will be taught in magnetic effect of current. Okay. Make a note. This is directly theoretical question. Okay. Speed of light. Speed of light is given by 1 by root over mu naught into epsilon naught. This is the speed of light. Okay. Or so speed of light, this is nothing but the dimension of meter per second, or option number C. This one will be taught in magnetic effect of current and magnetism. So now we'll move on to next question. The dimension of half E naught into E square. E square is the electric field, where E naught is the permittivity of free space. Okay. So I told you all to remember 5 formulas in those things: charge, resistance, volt. Okay. These all are important. Inductance and resistance. Okay. Charge, you must always remember charge, volt. Current is a fundamental unit, so you don't have to remember that. Inductance, resistance, and capacitance. Okay, because while dealing with this chapter, the SI unit won't be dealt in a detailed manner. For rest of the things, the SI unit will be taught, or simply you will learn the SI units, or you have been learning the SI units. For this chapter, for these 5 things: charge, volt, resistance, capacitance, and inductance, memorize the dimensional formula. Okay, where charge is derived by I is equals to dq by dt, where rate of flow of charge is current, where AS is equals to Coulomb. Okay. So for permittivity of free space, we use Coulomb's law, or F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, or the dimension of force is kg meter per second square. 1 by 4 pi. 4 pi has no dimensions, no units or dimension. Q1 into Q2 is Coulomb square, or Coulomb square is ampere into second square by meter square. Okay, we take this epsilon naught to the left hand side and bring all the terms on the left hand side to the right hand side. A square by meter square into second square by kg meter by kg meter. Okay, so our dimension or our unit of epsilon naught becomes, or epsilon naught becomes a s to the power 4, sorry, a square s to the power 4 divided by m cube kg, or mass into mass, sorry, meter into meter becomes m cube into kg, or in dimension it can be written as m to the power minus 1 L to the power minus 3 T to the power minus 4, and for current A to the power 2 T to the power plus 4. M for meter, meter is for length, L to the power minus 3, kg is for mass, m to the power minus 1, time is for seconds, T to the power 4, and 8 square. This is our epsilon naught. And you also know one more formula. Force is equals to charge into electric field. So now we have to find out the units and dimension of electric field. We know the units of force to be kg meter per second square is equals to Coulomb. The units of Coulomb is ampere into second, or ampere into second into electric field, or we bring AS to the left hand side, we get KAS cube. This is electric field. So we find out the units and dimension of both epsilon naught and E is equals to m L T minus 3 into A minus 1 is equals to E. Now the question is asking us find half epsilon naught into E square, or the question is so let's draw some line. Or we'll proceed in the next slide instead of drawing the line. Now let's see, epsilon naught was given by m to the power minus 1 L to the power minus 3 T to the power 4 A square, or epsilon naught was given by m to the power minus 1, okay, L to the power minus 3 L to the power minus 3 T to the power plus 4 A to the power A square, T to the power plus 4 A square, T to the power plus 4 A square, m to the power minus 1 L to the power minus 3 T to the power plus 4 and A square. Okay, and E was given as m L T to the power minus 3 A to the power minus 1, m L T to the power minus 3 A to the power minus 1. Therefore, half epsilon naught into E square would become, half has no dimension or half is a number, m to the power minus 1 L to the power minus 3 T to the power 4 A square into m L t to the power minus 3 a to the power minus 1 whole square. Okay, or half epsilon naught e square is equals to, let's check, m to the power minus 1 into m square is equals to m to the power minus 1 plus 2 or m to the power 1. L to the power minus 3 plus 6, sorry, plus 2. So L to the power minus 1. T to the power plus 4 minus 6 or T to the power minus 2. A to the power plus 2, A to the power minus 2, or the dimension of A gets cancelled, or we are left with M L to the power minus 1 T to the power minus 2. So our correct option is, let's check the option. Correct option is option number B. Well, understood what I did up here? M to the power minus 1 into M to the power square is equals to M to the power minus 1 plus 2. I have taught this before, a little bit before. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. Let's look at the next question. If the dimension of a physical quantity are given by M to the power A, L to the power B and T to the power C, then the physical quantity would be. This question, this type of question has no other option than you have to option checking. That means you have to check all the options. Okay. So pressure is equals to force by area, or pressure is equals to kg meter per second square divided by meter square. Okay, or is equals to kg by meter second, kg by meter second square. Okay, or the dimension of pressure is equals to m L to the power minus 1 T to the power minus 2. So pressure is A1 or m to the power 1 L to the power minus 1 C to the power minus 2. So despite I have obtained the correct answer, I'll still solve out the other options. Option B is velocity. Velocity is given by meter per second, or LT minus 1, or m to the power 0, or A is equals to 0, B is equals to 1, C is equals to minus 1. So option B is incorrect. Option 3 is acceleration. Acceleration is meter per second square, or you have to divide the velocity by seconds, or LT minus 2, or A should be 0, therefore force, option number 4, force is equals to, as given, kg meter per second square, or mlt minus 2. M is equals to 1, but out here M is given as 0. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. Which of the two physical parameters have same dimension? This is also option checking. Okay, so I'll derive out entire thing, but the correct answer is option 1 and option 4. How? Energy density. Let's write the formula for energy density. Energy density. This chapter is from energy density is nothing but energy, okay, by volume. Okay, energy density is nothing but energy by volume. So how do you know? These are certain terms that you can apply some common sense. Okay, mass density is mass by volume, energy density is energy by volume. Okay, what entropy density is entropy by volume. Okay, but usually see, energy density is nothing but energy by volume, or energy by volume, or the units of energy is kg meter square by second square. This is the unit of energy, and the unit of volume is meter cube. So this meter square and meter cube gets cancelled to form meter, or kg meter per second square. This is the unit of energy density. In dimension it would be m L to the power minus 1 T to the power minus 2. Okay. Number 0.2. Refractive index. Refractive index. See, the question is solved long ago. I am just revising you the formula so that you can, this chapter also helps in revision. Okay, quick revision. So refractive index was from ray optics, or sin I by sin r, which was equals to velocity of light in medium 1 by velocity of light in medium 2, is dimensionless. Okay. Dielectric constant, this is from electrostatic. Dielectric constant or relative is equals to ER, or permittivity of a medium by permittivity of free space, which becomes dimensionless. And 4 is magnetic field. B is equals to mu naught by 4 pi IdL by r square. Okay. So even though we have obtained the correct answer long time ago, I am just showing you the rest of the formulas. Okay. Let's start with the next question. Let's read the next question. Okay. The next question says the dimension of resistance in an electrical circuit in terms of mass m, length L and time t and of current I would be. That means they are asking you the dimension of resistance. And I have already said, memorize 5 things: charge, current, resistance, capacitance and inductance. Okay. Most of you haven't memorized, still I'll derive it out here. Okay. I'll derive it out here. We know that energy is equals to charge into voltage. You know, electron volt. How is electron volt obtained? Charge into voltage. And current is equals to dq by dt. And current is a fundamental unit. Therefore, the dimension of charge is ampere into second. Okay. Now we substitute this dimension of charge out here. What do we get? We get E is equals to, or if we substitute the dimension of charge from equation 2 to equation 1, what do we get? We get the dimension of energy is equals to the dimension of charge into the dimension of volt. So what is the dimension of energy? The dimension of energy is, or the unit of energy is kg meter square per second square, is equals to the dimension of charge. Charge is A S, or ampere into second, into the dimension of volt. Okay. Or volt can be written as kg meter square per second square into 1 by AS. Okay. Or this can be written as kg meter square by ampere into second cube is equals to volt. This is the thing you must remember. Okay. Now we already obtained volt. Okay. Now from Ohm's law we know that V is equals to IR. From Ohm's law we know that V is equals to IR, where current is a fundamental unit. So the dimension of volt is kg meter square by ampere into second cube, or dimension of current is, unit of current is ampere into resistance, or resistance would be kg meter square by ampere square into second cube. Ampere square because I am taking this A to the left hand side is equals to R, or this can be converted into dimension in the form of kg becomes mass, m square becomes length square, s cube becomes time to the power minus 3, and a square becomes current square is equals to R. So let's check the option. Which is the correct option? M, L square, t to the power minus 3, a square or I square. Both are correct. In some questions or in some areas they'll give you I, in some areas they'll give you A. Okay? Both are correct. Both are correct. A to the power minus 2 to us, I to the power minus 2 is equals to resistance. Okay, always remember current has two dimensions. Current can be represented by either A or by I. Okay, depend upon which books you refer. So let's look at the next question. The velocity of a particle at time t is given by v is equals to at plus b by tc, where a, b and c are constant. The dimension of a, b and c are respectively. So in order to add or subtract a dimension, there are two laws. By now most of you have forgotten, so I am rewriting those laws. The first one is only variables or constants of same units can be added or subtracted. Can be added or subtracted. This is rule number 1. And rule number 2 is for multiplication and division. For multiplication and division, the units gets multiplied or divided respectively. Multiplied or divided respectively. Okay, the units gets multiplied or divided respectively. So what do I mean? This v, since this at plus b by t plus c added gives us v, therefore this v, this at and this b by t plus c all have the same units. That means v, at and b by t plus c all have the same units. That means the unit of v is, or unit of velocity is meter per second, or let's write it down. V is equals to at, or the unit of v is equals to the unit of at, or meter per second is equals to, a is a constant and the unit of time is seconds. So you can send the second to the left hand side, or meter per second square is equals to a, or L t minus 2 is equals to a. So if you see the option, the first option can be tick marked by simply solving for a, but we want to solve for all the parameters. Okay, so now if you want to solve for all the parameters, you also know b by t plus c is equals to v, or the unit of b by t plus c is equals to unit of v, or let's solve it. Unit by b plus the unit of time is second plus c is equals to meter per second. Okay. So now let's cross multiply. Let's cross multiply and isolate the b. That means b is equals to m by s into s plus c. Okay. Or b is equals to m by s into s becomes m plus mc by s. Now out here we can apply the same concept of addition and subtraction. That means the units of b, the units of m and the units of mc by s are all same. Okay, so therefore b, the unit of b is equals to unit of m, where m is meter. Therefore b is equals to length. Okay, so we know that unit of length or m and unit of mc by s are same. We also know that m is equals to mc by s, and meter is equals to meter into c by s. So the unit of c becomes s, because this m meter and this meter gets cut out. So therefore the unit of c becomes s, or c is the unit of time t. Okay, so our correct option is a is lt minus 2, b is l, and c is time t. Okay, see, c is time t. So let's proceed to the next question. Let's proceed to the next question. The ratio of dimension of Planck constant, that of the moment of inertia, is the dimension of. The ratio of dimension of Planck constant and that of the moment of inertia is the dimension of. So they are asking us the ratio of Planck's constant. Out here we do not need to know the accurate value of Planck's constant. Okay, we just need to know its dimensions. So we know the formula: energy is equals to hc by lambda, where lambda is the wavelength. Or what is the units of energy? Units of energy is kg meter square per second square is equals to h. C is nothing but the speed of light, and the dimension of, the units of speed of light is meter per second, and lambda is nothing but wavelength, which is given in meters. Okay, so this m and this m gets cut out, and this s and this a square gets cut out. So kg meter square per second is equals to h. Kg meter square per second is equals to h. And now let's solve for moment of inertia. From rotational mechanics, I is equals to mr square. Okay, or moment of inertia is equals to mr square, or mass into radius square. Mass into radius square. Or moment of inertia is equals to mass is given by kg and r square is given by meter square. Okay. Now in the question they asked us the ratio of Planck's constant to moment of inertia. So they have asked us Planck constant by moment of inertia, or kg meter square by second divided by kg meter square. So this kg meter square and this kg meter square gets cancelled, or this gives us a dimension of 1 by second. Now this 1 by second is also the dimension of frequency. Frequency is nothing but 1 by time period. Frequency is equals to 1 by time period, and time period is given by second, 1 by second. Therefore our correct option is option number A. Okay. So let's proceed to the next question. The dimension of universal gravitation constant are. Similarly, we derive from the formula. I have given you the constant, but still we derive. F is equals to G m1 m2 by r square. The units of force is kg meter per second square is equals to G m1 and m2 both becomes kg square, because mass multiplied by mass gives us kg square by meter square. We take the kg square by meter square to the left hand side and we get kg meter per second square into meter square by kg square is equals to the unit of gravitational constant. This kg and this kg square gets cut out to form g, or this gives us meter cube by second square into kg is equals to gravitational constant. Or in the form of dimension, this can be written as mass to the power minus 1, because kg was to the power minus 1, length to the power cube, meter to the power cube, and seconds to the power, seconds is converted to time to the power minus 2, or time to the power minus 2 is equals to gravitational constant, or m to the power minus 1 L cube t to the power minus 2, or m to the power minus 1 L cube t to the power minus 2. Option A is our correct answer. Okay. Make one more note, since most of you don't do your homework. Okay. Make one more note. The value of gravitational constant. The value of gravitational constant G is equals to 6.67 is equals to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Okay, 10 to the power minus 11 meter cube by second square kg. So write this where I left it off. Okay, and not given you for homework. So let's proceed to the next question. Planck's constant has a dimension of linear momentum, angular momentum, energy and power. So just now we derived Planck constant in few questions before. In one question before we derived Planck constant. So let's visit that question again. See, we derived Planck constant in the ratio or dimension of Planck constant and that of moment of inertia, of the dimension is kg meter square per second square. See, we derived the Planck constant out here. Planck constant has a dimension of kg meter square per second. So out here I am directly writing. Okay, Planck constant has a dimension of kg meter square per second. Okay, now let's check the 4 option. Linear momentum. Linear momentum is mass into velocity, or is equals to kg into meter per second. So is it matching? No. Angular momentum. Okay, angular momentum is given by angular momentum is equals to moment of inertia into omega. Moment of inertia we derived just up till now. Moment of inertia is kg meter square, or moment of inertia is kg meter square, and omega is nothing but radians per second. Radians per second. So our unit of angular momentum is kg meter square by seconds into radians. and we also know that this radiance is dimensionless. That means this radiance becomes worthless, okay, in terms of units and dimension. So is it matching? H is equals to kg meter square per second and angular momentum is equals to kg meter square per second. Yes, it's matching. So angular momentum is equals to kg meter square per second. Similarly, we know for energy is equals to kg meter square per second square, and power is equals to kg meter square by second cube. Okay, these are additional information. 4 and 5 are additional information. Okay, so make a note again that radiance becomes dimensionless. Make a note that radians are dimensionless. Make these notes. Okay, now a physical quantity having same dimensional formula, okay, wherever you find work and energy has the same dimensional formula. Okay, energy is nothing but the capacity to do work. Energy is the capacity to do work. Okay, work, energy, and its distance cousin is the distance cousin of work and energy is nothing but torque. Torque is the distant cousin. Although they have similar units and dimension, they vary little bit by concept. Okay, so let's read the next question. The dimensional formula for magnetic flux is, okay, now this is interesting. You have to find the dimension of magnetic flux. So what are the formulas that we need to remember? The first formula is force is equals to magnetic field into current into L. This is from the chapter magnetic effect of current. Okay, or the dimension of force becomes kg meter per second square. The dimension of magnetic field we have to find out. Current has a dimension unit of ampere and length has a unit of meter. This meter and this meter gets cancelled, so B becomes kg meter by ampere second square is equals to B. Okay, now this B is nothing but magnetic field. This B is magnetic field. Magnetic field. This will be evident in your chapter magnetic effect of current. And let's find out magnetic flux. Magnetic flux is equals to B into A, okay, or magnetic field into area, or magnetic flux is equals to kg meter per ampere second square into A is the area, or area is given by meter square, or magnetic flux is kg meter cube by ampere into second square, or this becomes kg becomes mass, meter cube becomes length cube, and second square becomes time to the power minus 2, and ampere becomes time to the power a to the power minus 1. So our correct option is option number A. Okay, so let's look at next question. Let's look at next question. The force F on a sphere of radius r is moving in a medium of velocity v, given by F is equals to 6 pi nrv, the dimension of nr. Okay, they are asking us the dimension of n. Okay? So simply the formula is given, so you don't need to worry about it. The dimension of force is kg meter per second square. Mass into acceleration is force is equals to 6 pi, has no dimensions. N we have to find out. R is the radius which is given by meter, and v is the velocity which is given by meter per second. Okay, so let's write it down. Kg meter per second square is equals to n into meter square per second. Okay, this s and this square gets cut, this m and this square gets cut, so kg by meter second becomes the dimension of n, or n becomes mass into length to the power minus 1 time to the power minus 1 is equals to n. Mass, length to the power minus 1 to time to the power minus 1. So our correct option is option number D. So let's look at the next question. Which of the following will have the same dimension of time? LC, R by L, L by R and C by L. L is the inductance, C is the capacitance and R is the resistance. So I have already derived the dimensional formula for inductance, capacitance and resistance. So let's look out. The dimensional formula for inductance is, see your notes. Resistance is kg meter square by a square s cube. Kg meter square by a square s cube. Or resistance is kg meter square by a square s cube. Okay. The dimension of capacitance is, see, let's see our formula. Turn back your notes. Okay. The dimension of capacitance is given by a square s to the power 4 by kg m square. A square s to the power 4 by kg m square. A square s to the power 4 by kg m square. This is the dimension of capacitance. Sorry, this is the unit of capacitance. And number 3 is inductance. Inductance also I have given you. Let's look at the dimension of inductance. Inductance is nothing but kg meter square by ampere square second square. Kg meter square by ampere square second square. Kg meter square by ampere square second square. This is the dimension of inductor or inductance. So let's take option number 1, L into C. Option number A is L into C. L into C gives us kg meter square by ampere square into second square into a square s to the power 4 by kg meter square. This a gets cut. A square becomes s to the power 2. Okay, kg out here and kg gets cut, and meter square gets cut. So it becomes s square, or LC becomes s square. Okay, that means it is time square. LC becomes time square. Now R by L is nothing but kg meter square by ampere square into secant cube divided by L. Divided by L means into a square by kg meter square. Oh, this is the correct answer. See, kg meter square and kg meter square gets cut. Ampere square and ampere square gets cut. Seconds and s cube gets cut by s. So our time is 1 by s, or 1 by seconds, or secant to the power minus 1, or time to the power minus 1. So now from B and C, option B and C, R by L is equals to secant to the power 1 by S. So L by R, if we reverse it, so in option C, suppose we reverse the option C, L by R. R by L was 1 by S. So L by R would be S, or seconds, is equals to time. So our option C is the correct option. Option C is the correct option. Okay. Let's look at next question. Okay. An equation is given as P plus A by V square is equals to B into theta by V, where P is pressure, V is volume, theta is absolute temperature, A, B are constant, the dimension of A are. We have to apply the same concept that when addition or subtraction takes place, addition and subtraction can only take place between same units. Therefore, out here P, comma, A by V square and B theta by V has same units. Where V is the volume and theta is the absolute temperature. Okay. Now, pressure is given as force by area, or pressure is nothing but kg meter per second square. It is the unit of force, and the unit of area is meter square. Okay. Or the units of pressure would be kg by meter second square. This is the unit of force. So the unit of A by V square is same as unit of pressure. Therefore, kg meter per second square is same as A by V square, where V is the volume. So volume is given by meter cube or length cube. Okay. So meter cube square. Okay. Or A is given by see this, meter to the power 6, this becomes meter to the power 6 into kg by meter second square. Or this meter and meter to the power 6 gets cancelled to the form meter to the power 5, or A is equals to meter to the power 5 kg by second square, or A is equals to mass. Kg is nothing but mass, meter is nothing but length to the power 5, and second is nothing but time to the power minus 2. So our correct option is M, L to the power 5, T to the power minus 2. Okay. So next question. Which of the following is a dimensional constant? Refractive index is nothing but sin I by sin R, which is dimensionless. Okay. Refractive index is sin I by sin R is equals to dimensionless. See, from the option you can clearly see gravity has a dimension, but I'll be deriving all the options. Okay. Poisson's ratio. This is from strength of materials, or is equals to lateral strain. transverse strain by axial strain. So even this is dimensionless. Relative density is density of material by density of water. Relative density of material by density of water. So numerator and denominator gets cancelled. Even this becomes dimensionless. And D. Force is equals to G m1 m2 by r square. You can clearly see m1 and m2 by r square doesn't form the units of force. Units are dimension of force. Therefore, G has some units and dimension. Okay? Therefore, G has some units and dimension. Let's proceed to the next question. Turpentine oil is flowing through a length of tube of length r and length L and radius r. The pressure difference between the two ends of the tube is P. The viscosity of oil is given by N is equals to P r square minus x square by 4 VL, where V is the velocity of oil and distance x from the axis of the tube. The dimension of NR. They have given us the formula and they are asking the dimension of N. So let's write down. P is nothing but pressure. N is equals to, let's write down the formula first. N is equals to P r square minus Px square by 4 VL. Okay. The dimension of pressure is nothing but force by area or kg by meter second square. We have derived a little bit earlier. See, the dimension of pressure is kg meter per second square. This is the dimension of pressure. Okay. Now, for the dimension of L, both this PR square and this Px square have the same units because they are subtracted. So PR square and Px square has the same units. So we can simply write the units of PR square by VL is the unit of N, or N gives the unit of P is nothing but kg meter per second square, R is nothing but meter square, or radius square becomes meter square, by velocity is m or meter per second and length is meter. So out here meter square and this meter square gets cancelled. Okay. This second and this second square gets cancelled. Okay. Or N is equals to kg meter per second. Or in dimension it can be written as kg becomes mass, meter becomes L to the power minus 1 and second becomes T to the power minus 1, or m L to the power minus 1 T to the power minus 1. Correct option is option number D. Okay. Now, next question. A time dependence of physical quantity P is given by P naught e to the raised to the power minus alpha t square. So whenever exp is given, this is an exponential function. That means our formula is given as P is equals to P naught e to the power minus alpha t square. Okay. Now make a trick. write down a trick. Okay. Anything raised to the power e is dimensionless. Anything raised to the power e, raised to the power e, to the power e is dimensionless. Dimensionless. Is this a rule? No. Is this a trick? Yes. Sir, what's the difference? Difference is in your NEET curriculum, entire NEET curriculum, anything, all the formulas that is raised to the power e in physics will always be dimensionless. Okay. In future, when you take up higher studies, things might change, but right now, anything raised to the power e is dimensionless. That means out here we learn that alpha t square is dimensionless and t is nothing but the dimensionless. Okay, and t is nothing but time. So in order for this to become